Hello, this is Doki and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 11, Hostiles and Calamities. So, it aired last night on Sunday night, and today's Monday. Right now I'm rendering my reaction, so that'll be going up soon. Hopefully, it'll probably be out late, so sorry about that it was out so late, but so we're just going to go right from the start. There wasn't much to talk about this episode. It was most likely a slow episode because of the Oscars. That was probably why it was kind of just one of those break-off episodes almost. So that's my guess why it was kind of just a episode. But I gave it an 8%. I thought it was okay. After rewatching it, I liked it better. It seems like rewatching it always makes me like it a little better, so that might be something that just, to me, I don't know what that is, but yeah, rewatching it does make me like it better. When we first start off, Dwight gets like beat up and everything because they think he let Daryl go, and then Dwight leaves to go look for Sherry because she left, and then he ends up figuring out that Sherry was the one that let Daryl out, and goes back to the sanctuary, and then we'll get back to what happened later. Now, yeah, all that did happen, and I expected it to be Sherry, but we're going to talk about some interesting things in this review. So the Eugene and the girl, the Eugene and the girls, so the Savior girl, what's her name? I don't even know what her name is. The one with like the tattoo on her neck that was at the beginning of the episode, calls them Haircut. She's pretty cool. I really like her. She's an awesome character. I don't know. Yeah, but she's really awesome. And then we got the Mr. Smarty Pants line. Here, let me see it. Holy crap! Mr. Smarty Pants. Good? Okay, anyway. Eugene gets respect with Negan. Like, Negan really respects him. He gets a good room and everything, which is awesome. And then Eugene tells him about this plan to pour molten metal over the zombies' heads and chain them to the fence so then they won't break off as easily, and also protect their brains from attacks and hostiles and calamities. That was pretty cool, and then he was like, that was the coolest shit I've ever heard in my life. So that was pretty awesome. And then we have Eugene and the wives, because Negan sends the wives over just to hang out with Eugene for a night. And he gives them a little science experiment, and that was kind of cool. That was pretty funny. He's like humming, like, and dumps it in. That was awesome. And then we have Sherry. We find out Sherry wrote the note for Daryl to leave. And then we find out that Amber wants suicide, and the wives ask Eugene to make them pills. Eugene actually makes them until he finds out that, well, he kind of thinks about it, and he's like, yeah, they need a large dose of this, so it's probably most likely for Negan. And he's not going to disrespect Negan, because that's his life on the risk, so. And then this is like, I'm just going to say it, it was the shittiest thing that's ever happened. I don't know, this really got me mad. Dwight framing Dr. Carson. Oh my god. That got me so mad with him framing Dr. Carson. And like Eugene said, Dr. Carson was replaceable, so that's why Negan believed Dwight, and later he says that to the girls, saying that you guys are irreplaceable, I'm not, so he's gonna believe me. But yeah, basically, Dwight frames Dr. Carson gets hit in the side with like Lucille, and then at the end, Dr. Carson has to just admit to him letting Sherry out or he was going to die. He was going to get the iron. Well, I guess he wouldn't have died, but. And then Negan just completely tosses him in the fire and roasts Dr. Carson, which is then replaced by Eugene. And then at the end, we get the I'm Negan scene with Eugene and Negan, which was pretty interesting. It actually reminded me of my skit for the fourth one, if you haven't seen it, where like I push open the door and it goes, ah, it's real annoying. It really reminded me of that because like all the doors are real squeaky, and like Negan, like when the door opens, it comes open, it's like, and he's standing there with the most pissed off face ever. So that was awesome. That was awesome. And then Eugene just confirming that he is Negan. Now, I don't know what's going to go on with Eugene's storyline, but as of right now, I love it. I love Eugene's storyline right now in the show, and it's going to be interesting how it all plays out. Now, they're setting a bunch of people up for the Sherry death, I think, or not Sherry, the Holly death, I think, because they're setting Daryl up for it, but they obviously can't kill Daryl. They're setting Eugene up, which, they're setting Sasha up, and they're also setting Rosita up. And if you don't know what the Holly death is, I guess just skip the rest of the video, or, well, I'm going to be coming back for some Dwight stuff later, but it's all comic stuff. So if you don't want to hear about any comic spoilers or whatever, just end the video now, but we're going to go on with this. So the Holly death is something that Negan does in All Out War, but we might get it early in the show, and it's when one of the Alexandrians named Holly goes to kill Negan on her own. And she gets captured. Negan thinks she's Andrea, which Rick is in love with. So he thinks she has Andrea because she looks like Andrea. She has the blonde hair and everything. So it was kind of like, I have Andrea, Rick's gonna listen to me. And she's like trying to tell him that, you know, I'm not Andrea, and he doesn't believe her. So basically it has to be a girl, because it has to be somebody that's in love with Rick. Now, also, since he thought it was Andrea in the show right now, Rick is with Michonne. So possibly he could think Sasha was Michonne. Possibly. And this is all my own predictions too. I haven't heard this anywhere else. And then also the creepy guy. The creepy guy that was in episode 4, I think. He's been in like all the episodes, but episode 4 he went up to Enid when they're at Alexandria, and he was like creepily talking to her with like balloons and stuff. He's a creepo, and I think they're going to kill him off this season, and it's going to be awesome. So what happens in the comic is, spoiler alert, he goes in and tries to rape Holly, and Negan has this strict no rape rule, and Negan catches him and literally just gets a knife and stabs him right through the throat, like right here, and comes out right here. It's awesome, and I hope they do in the show. But yeah, that would be awesome if they do that. Yeah, with the Holly death, I basically think yes, it will be Sasha that gets the Holly death, and I'm pretty like certain with that. I'm gonna say an 80% chance Sasha getting it, 19% Rosita, 1% Daryl, or 0.5% Daryl, 0.75% Daryl, and 0.25% Eugene. That's how confident I am. But yes, I'm pretty certain Sasha's gonna get that death. Dwight, how his comic story or his show's story is gonna go now. Since Daryl's in the story in the show, and I'll probably talk about this almost every review, so you'll probably get bored of it eventually until it actually happens. But me personally, I think Dwight's gonna die on the show, and he's gonna get killed off, and instead be replaced by Daryl for his comic counterpart, since Daryl is in the comic. It just looks like it's gonna happen. It doesn't look like there's gonna be any type of redemption for Dwight in the show, so it doesn't look like it's gonna be like the comic version, which I'm okay with. I like Daryl, so I can stick with Daryl. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and hit that like button down below. Subscribe to DokiPlays19 if you're new to the channel. And yeah, I post these reviews and reactions every single week. I also have skits that come out based on funny parts of the episode, or just reenacting part of the episode in my own way. And yeah, so stay tuned for all that. I also have other types of videos. I'm not all Walking Dead. This summer will be Game of Thrones and stuff, as some of you might know. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Leave a like down below, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Bye.